everybody. In this presentation, we're going to talk about how our defending in the attacking third should look in a visual representation. So this is not anything new, but I just wanted to have this short video so that you guys can see visually how the movements need to happen and when. So as we talked about before, when we have the ball, when we're attacking, we play with one formation, but when we're defending, our formation changes. We go from a 4-4-2 to a 4-2-3-1. And so what that looks like on the field is our 8 is in front of our 6, and our 9 and our 10 are the two strikers. And so when we lose the ball or when there's a turnover, then our 8 drops back to become like a double pivot, and we play with two defending mids, and then our 10 drops into this area here to create a little triangle. So this is our starting positions, and because we're talking about defending in the attacking third, which is this area in here, we're going to be taking it from where we have a goal kick against. So we were attacking, we lost the ball, it went over the goal, we got a shot on goal, it went over, something like that. They're starting from a goal kick. So typically most teams either play a 4-3-3 or a 4-4-2. So that is what we're focusing on, a back line of 4. So the opposition has their 2, they're right back here. Their 4 is their right central defender. The 3 is the left defender, and the 5 is the left center defender. So from a goal kick, usually either they will play long from here and play a ball long into the 9, or if they build out, and they'll play a short ball, and then they'll build from here. So our position needs to be that we need to force them to play a short ball and try to trap them in the corners with the ball going to the 2 or the 3. So in order to take away the long ball, our center defenders need to make sure that their number 9 is covered. So whether it's our left center or our right center, one of you have to be on this number 9 tight. The other defender is ready to drop back, so when that ball comes across long to here, our other defender drops back in case this is mismanaged or you get a bad bounce or whatever happens. We need to be covered. So pressure and cover. So if this 9 is adequately covered, then they'll probably try to play out of the back because we are allowing them this player here with no pressure and this player here with no pressure. So what we want to happen is that this ball gets played to either the 4 or the 5. Once that happens, our 9, our striker, goes and presses that. Our 10 matches up with a 6, with their 6, to avoid them going out here. Our 8 steps up into these channels here to cut off the passing lanes, any passing lanes that can go into here. Our 6 stays with their 10, and we force them to play this ball out wider here. And we force that by making sure that our 9 cuts off this area of the field, cuts off this space here, and forces him to go this way. We don't want to give too much away because we don't want to give away the dribble. We don't want them to dribble forward because then that puts us in a bad spot. So we want to make sure that our 9 steps up here, cuts off this pass going this way, and forces the ball to go here. soon as that ball goes here to the outside back, our 7 or our outside winger steps up and presses that ball. That is also the cue for our 2 to step up and take away this option here. Our 4 shifts over, our right central defender shifts over, and our weak side defender drops back. So we have 1, 2, and 3 players defending. We trap them here. As soon as we win the ball back, we're looking to play a ball into our 9 here so that we can finish on goal. Same thing on the opposite side. We are here. We drop back. This player drops back. This player drops back. This player is up here. The ball goes this way. Our 9 cuts off this area of the field. We cut off this space here. We force the ball to go to this 2 all the way over here. As soon as that happens, our wing steps up with that player. Our outside back steps up to take away that option. Our defender shifts over. This defender shifts over. This defender drops and shifts. Our 8 shifts to cut off any passing lanes that they may be wanting to get through. So the 9, your function is to press here, make them play this way, press here, make them play that way. The 10 needs to be behind and cut off any access to this 6 and cut off any passing lanes. Our wings need to step up with their outside backs here, and that is a cue for our outside backs to match up with their wings by stepping up. Again, we need to make sure that we are always defending with 3 players back here, which means if this outside back steps up, this outside back drops back. If this outside back steps up, this guy shifts here, this guy shifts here, this guy drops back here. The 8 shifts over here. So essentially that's the basics of how we want to press when there's a line of 4. Now there are teams that play with a line of 3 in the back, and we'll see how that changes a little bit. So some teams will push their 5 up here. We'll push their 6 up here. And we'll just play like this. 1, 2, 3 in the back. This guy may not be that wide. This guy may not be that wide. And so when this happens, as soon as this ball gets played to this 4, our 9 matches up with their 4 or whoever the central defender is. Our 10 steps up with this 5. Our 8 needs to match up with their 6 now because they have one guy higher up the field, and we want to stop the attack there. Again, the 9's job is to make sure that they don't allow the progression forward, and they're forcing the pass to either go here or there because that's where we want to trap them. We want to trap them in the corners here or here. And other than that, everything else is the same. The ball gets played there. Our wing steps up with their outside back. Our outside back steps up. And we trap them in this area. As soon as we win the ball back, we get our ball into the 9 so we can finish the play there. So whether we're matched up against a back 3 or a back 4, the idea is still the same. We want to trap them in the wide areas and cut off all the passing options that they have. Now you might have some teams that are very good at the long ball. We might face some teams that are very good in the build-up, and if we allow them to play a ball quick and we don't do this movements quick enough, the ball gets played from this 4 either here to the 3, and this guy is too slow in bringing him down, and this guy's too slow in covering, then we just allow them to go out here and then space to move forward with the ball. These movements need to happen right away. The visual cue or the cue, the catalyst that tells you, hey, I gotta go, is as soon as this player faces that way or faces that way to play that ball, that's when we start our movement. Boom, there. Our 9 traps him in there, forces him to go there. So our 7 steps up right away, our 2 steps up here right away. This needs to be a very organized and timely move. Otherwise, we open up our space. Okay. So again, the matchups need to be 1-to-1. And in order for this to work, we cannot allow them to move the ball forward. This 9 cannot allow the dribble of this 4 forward into this space, because now there's an overload. Now one of these guys needs to step up and leave somebody open. So it's very important that from our 9 all the way on back that we do not lose these 1v1 challenges. We need to make sure that they're not moving, progressing with the ball, and that they're playing the ball out wide. Okay, that's it for this video, and we'll be talking about it during training. Thank you.